Okay, I'm going to do this as fast as possible because I am not a YouTuber, and I just want to explain this in a way that's easy for everyone to understand. So the first tier, next to the Concerned Ape picture, Stardew Valley Expanded, is a mod. Board game simply refers to the Stardew Valley board game. Concerned Ape is the developer. Marnie and Lewis are having sex. The three pillars in the desert refers to the fact that you have to put a prismatic shard between the three pillars in the desert to get the Galaxy Sword. DF refers to the YouTuber Dangerously Funny. He's the one who discovered a lot of Easter eggs and assorted other things. Title screen Easter eggs is exactly what it says. Those are title screen Easter eggs. Rare crows are exactly that. Those are the rare crows. Queen of Sauce is exactly that, the Queen of Sauce. The rare crows might also refer to how you get the deluxe scarecrow. SDV Wiki is exactly that. It's Stardew Valley Wiki. Skeleton in Joja refers to the opening scene where there is a guy who has died and decayed at his desk. The Junimo plush refers to the Junimo plush that you can get from the bush behind the playground after you find the secret note for it. Item ID cheat refers to naming yourself or one of your animals an item ID so that you can get the item from that item ID. Concerned Ape as favorite thing, moving on to the stone owl picture, gives you a bit of Easter egg flavor text when you get a star drop. Abigail is the wizard's daughter is a popular fan theory. It is also explored in Stardew Valley Expanded, not obviously as canon, but it's very interesting to look into. Zulu City is Zulu City. There's also a mod in development for that, which might also have a reference there. Locked boxes are how you get some really weird statues. There's a gibberish book in the library that you can use to decode those. Trimmed lucky purple shorts is what happens if you put a gold bar and Mayor Lewis's shorts into the sewing machine. Luau purple shorts. You can put the purple shorts into the luau pot. Skull Cavern plaques refers to a secret message that was placed in the game about the slimes and iridium. You can look that up really easily. Meteorite is just the meteorite event. The Lonely Stone is a weird stone off to the side of the beach that doesn't seem to do anything. Old Master Cannoli just refers to Old Master Cannoli in the game, which you give a sweet gem berry to and he returns with a star drop. Bad ending. So I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I'm relatively certain that it just has to do with choosing Joja over the community center. But if anyone else knows, please tell me. Stone Owl is a very rare event where a stone owl will pop up on your farm. I believe it was made much, much more common in the 1.5. CA's new projects. That refers to the new projects that he said that he is working on but will not give anyone any information about. Iridium Krobus is a special statue you can get by fishing somewhere, I don't remember where off the top of my head. Crop Fairy is an event that can happen that will grow your crops overnight. Secret Stash refers to an event with Pierre, where you find his secret stash. Super Zoo Story is a ripoff of Stardew Valley that literally ripped the exact models and everything. Shane's Depression, you get to see some really in-depth things about Shane. If you decide to romance him, including him trying to kill himself. Secret Note 11 is a secret note pictured on this tier that shows what appears to be a young Marnie and a very young Jas, but the ages don't seem to line up right, which confuses people. Wada Approves is in reference to the fact that the creator of Harvest Moon actually gave his approval to Concerned Ape when the game was made. Ferngale Republic is just the name of the continent that you guys are on. Gate Bomb Warp refers to a glitch that was patched out. You used to be able to put down a gate and then bomb it and warp to the Skull Cavern. There's more to it than that, but I'm trying to be quick. So you can Google that one. 18 eggs. That is the number of eggs that an AI, I think, I might be wrong, it might have just been a computer, was able to get in the egg hunt without any mods. I think the record for a human is 17. Garbage Hat is just a hat that's hard to find that you get from digging in garbage. Out of Bounds glitch is exactly that. It is the out of bounds glitch. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to do that. The Gotoro Empire War is exactly that. It's the Gotoro Empire War. There's not too much necessarily stated about it, but it's very obvious that they are at war. Kent comes home for more, things like that. Rain noises. There's a lot of weird noises in the rain, and no one's 100% sure what they are. Santa Claus appears on the shipping screen on Winter 25th. The Summit 2012 demo was originally in the demo. You used to be able to access the Summit, and then you couldn't for a while, and now you can again. Gleaner Heights is another Stardew Valley ripoff. However, it seems to focus more on the style of Harvest Moon 64. I don't know too much specifically about Gleaner Heights, I just know what it is. Josh House. Alex's name was originally Josh, so in the files, his house is Josh House, not Alex House. Always bet green at the Stardew Valley Fair. There is a 75% chance of the spinner landing on green as opposed to orange. Fector's Challenge. You have to beat Journey of the Prairie King without dying at all. Haley's Super Cucumber. She posts a weird request on the message board in Town Square asking for a Super Cucumber and is very cagey about it. Kent's PTSD is exactly that. As you get to know Kent, you see his PTSD kind of evolve. Alien Capsule is another very rare event that was made much more common in the 1.5 update. Animals can be killed. Animals can be killed if you leave them locked outside of their barns at night. So you take them out, you close the door, and you don't let them back in. Wilted Bouquet is just how you break up with people. You put a bouquet into a furnace. Lifesaver. If you fish, I believe it is in the back room of Willie's shop, not next to, where the boat is. You can sometimes catch a lifesaver. Jukebox Ring. Jukebox Ring is a ring that was not implemented for whatever reason, but if you have an item spawner mod, you are still able to get it. Bridge Crosser. Krobus's name in his native tongue means bridge crosser. The 9 races. Not 100% sure on that one, but I'm sure that can be Googled. I just didn't bother. CA command messages. If you put in certain console commands, you get messages about CA. Jas is the wizard's daughter. That is just a fan theory, very similar to Abigail is the wizard's daughter. Winter 28, Year 0. The day that you start in the game is, as far as we can tell, Winter 28th, because the day you actually gain control of your character is Spring 1st. However, there is no snow on the ground on your opening scene day. Pizza Puff cereal. It's a cereal. Squirrel figurine. It's a squirrel figurine. XBLA. There is rumors that the game was originally programmed as an Xbox minigame, essentially. Abigail's animal abuse. Someone on Reddit said that Abigail abused her guinea pigs because she didn't take perfect care of them, in spite of the fact that she is a video game character and fake. Post-apocalypse theory. As always, there's always a post-apocalypse theory. That's pretty straightforward. Potential bachelor/bachelorettes. As far as I understand, this refers to right after the game came out, before the 1.1 update, there was a poll and vote about who the new bachelor and the new bachelorette should be. Green sea monster. On very rare occasion, you are able to see a sea monster off of the dock in front of Willie's house. Linus's past. Fan theories about Linus's past. Vampires. I don't know. I think it might be dangerously funny, or it might have to do with all the mods that have to do with vampires. There's a lot. Sprout Valley is originally what Stardew Valley was going to be called. Character-specific weapons. If you have an item spawner, you are able to find the different character-specific weapons. There's Abigail's planchette, Elliot's pencil, things like that. There's one for each of the marriageable candidates. Alien theory. Not 100% sure, but I'm sure it has to do with the alien that goes across the shipping screen on extreme rare occasion. Vincent is Yoba. Yoba spelled backwards is a boy. Stardew Bound. I don't know. Galaxy Slingshot is an item that was not implemented that is in the game's code. You can again spawn it in with an item spawner mod. Bottom of the Skull Cavern. The YouTuber Dangerously Funny actually found the bottom of the Skull Cavern. It is not, in fact, 100% endless. It is just more endless than you would ever get to in any sort of normal playthrough without extreme cheats. Gunther is a ghost. A fan theory that Gunther is a ghost. Man on the Moon. Every once in a while, in the top right corner of the shipping screen, you will see a moon with a face. Elemental Wars. That has to do with the supposed wars between Krobus's people and the dwarves. Original opening. That's the original opening. Ghost Town, that is a mod. That is a mod where every villager is dead and you have to find their dead bodies. It is surprisingly graphic for pixel art. Obviously, it's not horrendous, but it's worse than you'd think for pixel art. Fall 9th, that is the day that Lewis stays over at Marnie's house. Castle Village is a location in Stardew Valley Expanded. Dragon remains. It is odd that there are dragon remains all over the volcano mine. Lewis and Marnie bush scene. With a certain secret note, if you click on a certain bush in the game, Lewis and Marnie will pop out of the bush after, assumedly, fucking. SDV is a simulation by Q, or however you pronounce his name. After you get to his walnut room, you see that he has a computer that overlooks the entirety of Ginger Island, and it has led to some speculation that it is a simulation, as well as just other weird stuff he does. Jasper identity. There are a couple different theories for this one as to who Jasper is. My personal favorite is that it's Mona from the headstone. Dove children haunting. If you turn enough children into doves, you can either get a phone call from them, or you can have issues with an ancient doll, which I'll get more into a little bit later here. Linus founded Joja. Another fan theory that people particularly like. Traveling Merchant is a Gotoro spy, fan theory that people particularly like. Seb is the wizard's son, fan theory that people particularly like. Linus is Yoba. There's a lot of theories about Linus and what his past is. They all kind of go into the same thing. Vincent is always watching. I don't know. I'd love to know. Mysterious winter door. On the farm, I believe only the standard farm, but I'm not sure. In the winter, there's what looks to be a door behind a tree. However, there's no way to get into it even if you use an out-of-bounds cheat. Grandpa hosts Living Off the Land, a fan theory that your grandpa is the one who hosted Living Off the Land, and every episode you see is in fact a rerun. Dungeons, I'm assuming, just has to do with the fact that it's weird that there's so many dungeons, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Cursed Prairie King Cabinet is another unimplemented item that you are able to spawn in with an item spawner. Mayor Lewis is ruining the town. He's using his tax money, or the town's tax money, to make solid gold statues of himself. He refuses to go public with Marnie, and in general, he's just not a very good mayor. Missing parents. Dangerously Funny pointed out that most characters have some sort of missing parents. Seb's father is a shadow person. I think that one is a particular Dangerously Funny fan theory as well, but I'm not sure. Night Vale shared universe. There's a theory that it's shared universe with Night Vale. Kent is trying to kill you. Kent continues to send you bombs in the mail. Weird. Alex's mother committed suicide. There is some dialogue with Alex as you get to know him that show that his father was extremely abusive, and his mother is not 100% determined as to what happened to her. Wumbus World is a comic that Concerned Ape did before making Stardew Valley. I'm not sure if the website is still active, but it is wumbusworld.com. You ruined your spouse's life. So I don't believe this is quite as bad now, but in some of the earlier versions of the game, the spouses, once you married them, would stand in your kitchen and do nothing else at all. No hopes, no dreams. Shane is Seb's father. Fan theory, I don't think it holds too much weight, but that's not my job to decide. Zombie squares. So I'm not 100% sure here, but I believe it refers to a glitch when, in earlier versions of the game, when you just, for no particular reason, could not build buildings on certain parts of the map. There wouldn't be anything there, but it would act as though there was, so you couldn't do it. Marlon, Wizard, Mona, and Linus were in an adventuring group. I think that speaks for itself. Fan theory. Tax fraud. In spite of being the richest person in the entire game by far, you never pay taxes. 3DS port. I believe that refers to the fact that there was a canceled 3DS port. Parachute. So, on the Wumbus World website, there were 2 mini games accessible. One of them you used a gravestone. You clicked on the gravestone to get to it. And parachute is you clicked on a parachute to get to it. I have not played it because I haven't been able to get the website to work. Morris is Seb's father, another Sebastian's father thing. Fall 26th Curse. So that gets more into the dove children haunting. So off the top of my head, I don't know exactly the steps needed, but if you watch TV on Fall 26th after you've turned children into doves, an ancient doll will pop out of the TV and attack you. And something that happens at the witch's shrine too. Something I've never turned children into doves. I think it's a waste of a prismatic shard. Chucklefish abuse. So Chucklefish was the original publisher of Stardew Valley, and it came out that they extremely were underpaying their workers. So Concerned Ape said, nah, and broke the marketing agreement he had with them. You died in Joja. There's a fan theory that you died while you were working at Joja, and this is all the afterlife. Leah's statue conspiracy. This one's very interesting. If you overlay Leah's statue over the map of the Pelican Town, it lines up with all of the lockboxes that you need to put items in order to get the 3, I think it's 3, weird statues. So, that's everything, as far as I know. If I'm wrong about any of them, feel free to tell me, but I'm just here to explain this. I don't really care.